I love you, Powerstrike 48. You're my favorite.
Oh. Oh, hello, Walcom. Didn't see you there. Are you groveling over that Powerstrike 48? Oh, my. What a peasant thing to have.
You talking crap about my waifu?
I mean, it's not that good, is it? It's just a Powerstrike 48. It's not like it's a flywheel shotgun or anything.
Flywheel shotgun?
This, my dear boy, is a flywheel shotgun. Are you ready?
Want?
Good thing for you that I've already sent these to you in America. I hope you enjoy. Petals out.
One man should not have this much power. I'm getting some pretty serious deja vu here. How many of you had actually heard of the Alien Invasion Pulverizer before this or even Sir Petals' original video on this thing? I hadn't, and it's thanks to him that I even have any idea of what this thing is, and it's special thanks to him that I even have one here to show you, and it's ironic that this thing is so similar to the Powerstrike 48, another blaster that not only is it hard to get right now, but I had never even heard of it before until Kyle Hewen talked to me about it, and even then, why had I never heard of that blaster before? It's really good! And there's barely even a video on YouTube about it, let alone this thing. This is, again, very similar to it. It looks nearly identical, although it's clearly different in the molding and stuff like that, but same thing, it's got a front lid right there, it's flywheel powered, you load your darts in through there, you close that, everything's good. The difference is that instead of having a pump action on it, it's got a bolt. The bolt is locked back here right now. And unlike the Powerstrike 48, this thing will shoot pretty much every dart at once in the chamber. Now, you're supposed to have these little selector switches down here for 1 dart, 2 dart, or all of the darts. I found that none of those work. Yes, if I press in the one section and I pull the trigger, it will in fact only stop the bolt pretty much right there, which should mean that it's really only shooting out 1 dart. But I find that it shoots out more than that, as we will now demonstrate. When you turn it on, flywheels rev. There's a little switch right here for it next to this beautiful alien logo. And then I pull the trigger. Wow, it only shot 1 dart that time. So now, since I'm already rolling, I have to think, normally, since the bolt only went that far, we're going to turn off the flywheels for a second. I would think that I'd have to pull it back again, but notice since it only shot 1 dart, that means it only moved that far forward, which means there should be still 2 darts sitting in there. Priming it back and trying to fire 1 more dart again, if I'm on the same cylinder, which it indexes every single time you pull it back, so that doesn't matter, would mean that it wouldn't be able to reach the dart into the flywheel, so you'd have to hit at least 2. Now I'm wondering if, since I'm already here and I know pressing the 2 will actually release this bolt down to the 2nd position, if it will then immediately fire another dart and I don't have to pull the trigger. So now you get a special tease on if this thing does exactly that. And it does. So now when I press the 3rd option, it will shoot another dart. A little slower that time, but it did do it. And that's how it's supposed to work. So now technically, if I have it at the 2 position, I prime it back, and I pull the trigger, it should only fire 2 darts. It fired all 3, even though the bolt stopped right there. It's not exactly the most reliable blaster ever, which is kind of depressing. Now, just like the Powerstrike 48, it has 12 cylinders. Each of them will hold 3 full-length Elite-style darts. So you get 36 darts, or 12 shots if you're doing it on the shotgun setting. And if every single time you fired it would work with just the 1, you'd be in good shape. Since the darts, I don't have the original and they're clearly different than normal Elite style darts, I would guess that the reliability would be less of an issue. But even if I tip this thing to an open chamber, like so, and I tilt it forward, the darts fall out of it. Just like with the Powerstrike 48, with the exception of the one dart that's actually in the orange dart holder thing. It's a shotgun. I don't really care, because I don't think I'd ever use it with the one section, but I'm assuming if you didn't want to do it just like how I did it, you would have it fully loaded 36 darts, you'd prime it back, shoot, or just hold it like this, and you'd get one shot off every single time, and then after you've went through 12 shots, you'd have to hit the second setting, and then do the exact same thing, and then once it's done with another 12 shots, you hit the final setting to shoot the final dart, because again, the bolt has to travel all the way forward, because that's what's pushing the darts into the flywheels. But since it's so loose in there right now, because the darts don't have any friction, they're just kind of floating in these chambers, when it moves forward once, I'm guessing the darts will bounce forward, and that's what's causing it to shoot all of them. Whatever. The point is that it's a flywheel blaster that shoots 3 darts with 1 trigger pull, although you do have to prime it between each shot. But you get 12 shots of 3 darts each. And there isn't a whole lot of blasters that do that. Even the Judge is 10 shots of 3 darts each. And this thing in its stock form seriously menaces the Judge, and even if you remove the stock, it's much smaller than the Judge. This is actually usable with its nice little carry handle right here as well. It's not a turbine. Some people like that, others don't. And yes, it does have a removable stock, just like the Powerstrike 48. This thing is awesome. Now, it is missing 2 parts of it, which were the alien invasion part. They had little frisbee disc spinner things that you would attach to the blaster. You would wind them up by putting on the disc and twisting it, and then you'd press a trigger and it would fly up in the air, and then you would shoot it like skeet shooting with the blaster, which is a cool toy line gimmick. I didn't get either of those, and thankfully I don't need either of them, although it is kind of annoying to have these big, huge open spots on it and these buttons that don't do anything for me at the moment. If I had them, it would have been possible to put on some kind of like, oh, just remove the thing and put a jolt there or something, or some other blaster, but that did not happen, and probably it's too weak to do that. I have no idea. Maybe I can 3D print something to go on there now that I think about it. It's just a simple wedge shape, but I'm getting a little off track. This thing is awesome. Its stock performance is, again, very similar to the Sledgefire and Judge. It's not good. It's not meant to shoot these kinds of darts. The dart gap between the flywheels is rather excessive, and it's amazing it shoots these at all. How would you modify this thing, and how will I modify this thing? Well, need to take the original cage and fit a strife cage in there. Obviously, the screw posts are going to be different, so it will be kind of difficult to do that, but normally what I do is I just kind of cut off the sides and glue them to the sides of the strife cage, and that seemed to work just fine with my Powerstrike 48, and that's what I'll do here. And then to stop the dart falling out problem, CPVC or even 9/16 brass with tightening rings are going to be put in there just to add a little bit of friction to the darts, but they have to be on the inside shaved to easily feed darts into them, because that's the issue I'm having with the Powerstrike 48. Even though I did that on most of the little rings I put in there, they're not all perfect, so sometimes it has feeding issues, which is why I've never brought it to a war yet. It just kind of gets jammed, and that's a problem. But, well, I could upgrade that, or I could just upgrade this thing, so now I'm kind of torn. And if I upgrade 2 of them, I could easily have one on a sling and have 24 shots of a rather decently long-range shotgun blast. Now, obviously, all 3 darts aren't going to hit the same distance, but it's a shotgun. I don't exactly want it to do that, and it will be really easy for me to tag people out, because while it only takes 1 dart to regularly tag somebody out, it's a lot easier to do that when you're firing multiple darts, and that's kind of like, well, burst fire is good for that, and full auto is really good for that, but full auto, you waste a lot of ammunition, and burst fire, this is kind of why people like the regulator so much, even though it's still kind of on the fence how much you can modify that thing. This, I don't have to worry, it's all mechanical, and since I don't care about it only shooting 1 dart, and it will always shoot 3, I just always have it on the final setting, and I'm perfectly fine. It's a really cool shape, too. It's got a nice carry handle up here, and although it doesn't really have any sling points, it works. It's got a very comfortable, chunky grip. The front grip is almost identical to it, and I'm willing to bet if you wanted to get this thing to work kind of like the Powerstrike 48, you need to add either a second rev trigger here or always have it on, or maybe even another one here, but that would be kind of awkward because then you need to take your hands off to prime it, and that just wouldn't work. So I'm going to probably add another rev trigger right there, just like the ones that are popping around on Thingiverse and stuff like that. I'm really excited to work on this thing, and it looks cool. It's got that wicked sticker right there that says Alien Invasion, and then that little No Alien sticker right there. And then all of these nice, you can't really see it, but there's a nice diamond texture over a lot of it, or carbon fiber, and then just a rough texture on the rest of it. Even on the green, it looks really cool. I like that. This thing is gonna look phenomenal once it's painted. So let me know what else I should do to this thing down in the comments section below. And if you have any great ideas, I'd love to take them and work on this thing. This is gonna push back a couple of other projects. I know I have something behind me that's almost done. That will be out very soon, and I'm kind of delaying it to shoot this video because I'm just so excited. I love this blaster, and I cannot wait to make it shoot really, really hard and shoot really, really fur. I'm Walcom S7, thank you very much for watching this video, and of course I hope to see you in an entirely different one, although it may not be all that different, because I'm probably going to be revisiting this thing in the very near future.
More English than the English, and I'm Australian.